Lawrence is presenting. They have two different opportunity zone projects, single asset deals in Phoenix and Cleveland, both in those downtown areas of downtown Phoenix, downtown Cleveland.
Sweet. Hi, Jimmy. How are you? Great to
Good.
see
How
you,
are you
man.
doing?
Great, great. I'm actually going to touch a little bit on both of these funds, and actually the Cleveland deal is, or the Cleveland fund is actually a multi-asset fund.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'll get into that one once we get into the presentation. Okay, everybody. Hello. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Jimmy, thank you again for putting all this together. These are fantastic opportunities for all of us to get our funds out in front of people and let people know how we're impacting opportunity zones. We are CRE Development Capital. We have 30 years of experience in building and developing and financing real estate. I thought that was going to work. We focus mainly on multifamily and mixed use, a little bit of storage and industrial development in the U.S. and also in opportunity zones, obviously. Our team is comprised of myself and Dwight Alexander. Dwight and I have known each other for over 25 years. In fact, when I got out of college, my first project was for Dwight, and that's how we became fast friends. And the rest is history. As you can see, we have billions of dollars of experience, all the way from financing stadiums, sports facilities, large transportation infrastructure. Dwight himself has structured and managed the issuance of over 10 billion in debt securities, and he's been the lead financial advisor or the lead banker on at least 13 stadium and arena projects, including the Tennessee Titans, Oakland Coliseum, Camden Yards, New Boston Garden, and the Phoenix Suns Arena, which I understand is being renamed. Myself, I got into this, I started in the trenches and worked my way all the way up through becoming a developer out here in the Bay Area. And I've had several businesses doing tenant improvements into the high rises of San Francisco, all the way to single family development in the Bay Area. Couple of the projects that we have been involved in over the last 30 years or more. As you can see, some beautiful stadiums, a lot of multifamily, a little industrial. The first fund we're going to talk about is the Cleveland Opportunity Zone Fund. So this fund we put together to invest into several real estate development projects within the opportunity zones of Cleveland, Ohio, and the Midwest. As you can tell, it's a multi-asset fund. Our initial raise was 50 million. Our minimum investment is 100,000. We started out the minimum investment of 500,000. We had several investors come to us asking us if we could come in for less, and so we lowered the minimum to accommodate those investors and get more people to join us. The first project within this fund we're targeting is 315,000 square foot residential property with 315 units. The second project that we have targeted in here is the 250,000 square foot tower. Both of these are located in downtown Cleveland. This also has 173 units. So as you can tell, between the two projects, we have roughly 500 units that we're targeting in downtown Cleveland. We are continuing to look at other projects in Ohio, and we will add those to the fund once we've vetted those out. Here's a little oversight of where these projects are located. As you can tell, Thunderbird's right over here. This is the Cuyahoga River. Yes, the famous Cuyahoga River that caught on fire several times, which has been, all the way back to Rockefeller days. He may even been the first one to contribute to that. The viaduct is over here as well. This is the west bank of the flats. And if anybody's ever been to Cleveland, you know the east bank and the west bank. The reason these areas have become opportunity zones is basically because they just haven't been developed. They're long-time industrial areas. But over the last 10 to 15 years, maybe even 20 years, more residential has been getting built in these areas, and industrial has been transforming to residential. Why Cleveland? Well, I'm from Cleveland. I love Cleveland, and even though I live out in the Bay Area, Cleveland doesn't leave me. So, Cleveland's been revitalizing its downtown since the 1990s, and as you can tell, more than $3.5 billion has been invested in the area. Forbes has ranked Cleveland as one of the top 15 emerging downtown cities in the country. After years of decline, it's viewed as a great example of revitalization, and now ranks as one of the most livable cities in the United States. And the story is other reason I started to focus on Cleveland was my brother for years kept telling me, you got to see what's going on. You got to see what's going on. And I kept saying, like so many other people, why Cleveland? Why would I go there? But after he took me around and showed me what was happening in Cleveland and what the city has been wanting to do and has been implementing over the years, I was blown away. So we spent the last couple of years vetting projects and looking at a few things, and so we've targeted a few now, and now opportunity zones have allowed us to get more attention around Cleveland and get more people involved. And as I understand it, there's going to be a nice convention there in October around opportunity zones. It's still a home to great diverse group of employers, all the way from the Cleveland Clinic. The famous Cleveland Clinic must be #2 in the world now, maybe even #1. And Parker Hannifin, a $14 billion public company. We have Sherwin-Williams, who's building a brand new headquarters right in the middle of downtown, planning on employing 1,500 people there. Case Western Reserve, a world-renowned university, located right in downtown Cleveland. Again, it's about working hard, playing hard. The vibe here is a healthy mix of innovation, culture, and opportunity. And, it's about exploring the arts and the culture. I mean, this goes all the way back to the days of Mr. Rockefeller, who started his business down there. And if he was alive today, he'd probably be the richest person in the world. And, it all started in Cleveland. And that's what we talk about, the stories of the people and the rich traditions that serve as the foundation of this great community. The other great things about Cleveland: access to jobs, public transportation, restaurants, nightlife. Those are just some of the attributes. I call it a refreshing cost of living. Everything's very affordable and well within line of happening down in Cleveland. It's you get reliable public transportation, great schools, great neighborhoods, and a plethora of recreational activities. Lake Erie is right there. It's one of the most beautiful coastlines on a lake you could see. There's marinas that you could walk to. There's walking paths, biking paths. The access to get around without a car is awesome, and it's getting even better. And what else can I say? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Cleveland is rocking and rolling, people. And if you haven't been there, I really highly recommend you go and visit. And again, it's near and dear to my heart. We chose Cleveland to focus a lot on because, again, I'm from there. We know the area. We have teams there. We have contractors that we have partnered with there, other developers. So we know it inside and out, and we're really bullish on what's happening there. Fund #2, our Phoneix Opportunity Zone Fund. So this fund is a single asset fund. It was formed to raise money to invest, develop, construct, and manage and operate the Blue. We'll get into why we call it the Blue in a couple of slides, but this is a 25-story mixed-use project located in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Maximum raise, 100 million, minimum investment, 100,000. Opening to all accredited investors. So about the project a little bit, it's a 700,000 square foot, 25-story mixed use tower. It'll have a 233 key 5-star luxury hotel. We just inked a deal with a very prominent brand, and we'll be making an announcement about that. Also included in this is 156 for sale branded residential condominium units and a street level open air restaurant. So this site It's got to be one of the best locations in downtown. It's right across the street from Talking Stick Resort Arena. We are 3 blocks west of Chase Field, 3 blocks south of the convention center, and about 2 blocks south of Cityscape. To the south, we will have unimpeded views of the South Mountains. One of the reasons is because the flight path for the airport goes right through there, so no other buildings. We will be the last tall building built along that line. As you can tell, centrally located. If you haven't been to Phoenix lately, in the old days, there was nothing really to go to, but now there's a lot to go to. And in fact, whenever I visit, I stay right downtown, and it's just really exciting and a lot of things to do. And hey, with the Phoenix Suns almost pulling off a championship, it's only getting better. Again, a great rapid employment growth, even more so now that with the pandemic bringing even more people to Phoenix and Arizona. The growth has been amazing. I think this is, they say 5th fastest growing here. I think it's about the 2nd fastest growing now, maybe even the 1st. Awesome universities, as everybody knows, great employment. Big companies are there. They're continuing to move there, and the growth is there's no end in sight to the growth. So why do we call it the Blue? We call this the Blue because we named it in honor of Mr. Gene Blue and the Arizona OIC. What makes this project super special to us is a partnership that we created with the OIC with the intention of building a platform that would propel the Arizona OIC and its mission forever into the future. Since 1967, Gene Blue and the Arizona OIC has focused on addressing the critical and employability needs of Phoenix's economically disadvantaged residents. And over the years, the OIC has served more than 65,000 people by providing vital job training and tools, and has successfully placed more than 48,000 adults and youth in meaningful quality jobs. Approximately 45% of the OIC Arizona trainees were welfare recipients prior to enrollment, and after training, the average salary earned at a placement was approximately 50% higher than at the time of enrollment. They've been making an impact for over 50 years, and opportunity zones are all about impact. When we got into this project, it was before opportunity zones were even announced. What we really wanted to do was continue to propel Arizona OIC's mission, which has been and still is to help the vulnerable populations of Phoenix and help themselves by providing access to education, career preparation, skills training, and job placement assistance. And through these services, the OIC works to develop the whole person with the goal of participants becoming self-sufficient and productive members of society. And so when we came to the OIC, or the OIC came to us, they asked, how could we, and particularly it came to my partner, said, we really need to raise money, and we really need to, how do we get our program to continue on forever? And so my partner said, well, you own the property, maybe we should develop this. And what we should do is create a project where your students can work, so it'll be, they can be hired by what we could build here. And not only in the construction phase of it, but for as long as the building stands. And by implementing a hotel and condominium units and a restaurant, this will serve as a place of employment for all these students. And we're looking at this as propelling the OIC way beyond our days here on Earth, and way well into the future. And it's near and dear to us, and it's super special in terms of making a massive impact and helping the Arizona OIC continue its work in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, and the surrounding area. Again, opportunity zones, they're more than just tax advantages. They're more than building your net worth. It's about the ability for all of us to collaborate and create change. Whether you're a new accredited investor or a billionaire, you can participate. I mean, this is the beauty of this, and we can create positive impact everywhere in this country. And the top 1% can certainly do a lot, but the rest of us can create the biggest positive impact that this country has ever experienced through collaboration and of investment. And so, join all of us who presented today and continue to present today. We've got a great vehicle and a great awareness more and more. And Jimmy's created a massive awareness with his platform, and it's something really special for all of us. So to get a hold of us, here's our contact information. Shoot us an email, visit our website, and let's talk more about impact and what your investment can do, not only for you, but for all of us.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us today, Lawrence. Just a couple more minutes before I gotta escort you off the stage and bring up our next presenter. But please do visit CREDevelopmentCapital.com to learn more about their investment offerings in Phoenix and Cleveland. I think they're two great areas, and particularly that you're right downtown in both those areas too. I was in Phoenix earlier this year, and it's tremendous what they have going on down there. You're right; it really has gotten a lot more lively down there over the past couple of decades or so. And Cleveland, I think a lot of us on this call will probably be heading out to Cleveland in the fall for the Novogradac conference that's happening out there toward the end of October. So I haven't been to Cleveland in a long time. It's probably been about 20 years since I was last out there, but looking forward to getting back out there in a few months. And hopefully we have some other people on this call who'll be heading out there as well. We got one question for you that just came in. Well, actually a comment first from Larry. It might give you a chuckle. He says, "Good old Cleveland, no longer the mistake by the lake," right?
That's right. I wanted to bring that up too, but it's definitely no longer the mistake by the lake. I mean, even I'm going to predict that the Browns and the Detroit Lions are going to be in the Super Bowl someday, just like they were in the 50s before Super Bowls were around. So, this is about, not only, real estate, but about everything.
Right. When it was the old NFL championship game, right?
That's right. Exactly.
One attendee is pointing out a discrepancy between what your deck said and what is listed on my website, opportunitydb.com. He or she wants to know what is the minimum. It says that the Phoenix minimum is 50K, but it's I think you just mentioned 100K. Can you clarify what the minimum is?
Yeah. I'm not sure what's on your website. So we set the minimum at 100K, but we do it by case basis as well. We've had a couple people ask us if they could come in for even less, and so we like to set up a lot of meetings, personal Zoom meetings, or even phone calls at the minimum. Talk to each of our investors to see what their ambitions are, and then we're happy to make exceptions along those lines. So
good. So it sounds like we may have made a mistake on our end on the website, and we'll get that updated. Thanks for pointing that out. Lawrence, that's all the time we have for today. But again, want to thank you for joining us. Thanks for participating today, and be well, and we'll catch up with you soon. All right. Thank you.
You as well, Jimmy. We'll see you in Cleveland, buddy.
Awesome. Can't wait.
All right.
Thank you, Lawrence.